Salvation Army's Worship Center is back open almost 1 year to the day after it was vandalized and set on fire. Today was about welcoming people back into the space after a year of rebuilding and repairing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage. WCCO's Jason Rantala was there for the first service since the fire.
It's so good to be in here.
For the first time in just over a year, church members are back in their chapel inside the Brooklyn Park Salvation Army Worship Center.
Mostly good, not just being in there, but seeing the joy on everyone's faces.
Today, it's quite a different sight.
There's a lot of equipment everywhere, tarps on everything.
Than when Captain Daniel Simmons first took his position here last July. It was November last year when the man responsible was caught on camera starting the fire that caused hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, breaking windows, damaging offices, along with destroying hundreds of coats set for donation.
I think many of the congregation members felt very vulnerable. They felt very, maybe at the time, more closed in.
I couldn't believe what had happened. Like, just one person had destroyed our church.
It's been a process, replacing windows, pulling carpet, and removing all the fire and water damaged items. But the space is ready to host a Sunday crowd once again, aside from pews and replacing their grand piano. Those are still in the works.
Actually really beautiful to be able to walk into a church and to be at home again.
Any tragedy that happens like this, our insurance does cover much of the damage, but one thing it doesn't cover is peace of mind. And that, over time, people are learning to trust and open up again.
Despite the damage, today, 1 year later, a message of forgiveness.
When I walked in today, I know that, by the grace of God, we forgive, just as He has forgiven us.
We all, at times, can be villains in someone else's story. And so my hope is that if I wrong somebody, I hope that they would forgive me.
In Brooklyn Park, Jason Rantala, WCCO News.
Jack Heinrich pled guilty to arson and was sentenced to 90 days in a Hennepin County workhouse and 3 years probation. NBA player and Minneapolis native Chet Holmgren donated nearly 200 coats last year, replacing the ones damaged in the fire.